So one of the things on my list to talk about were cowboy boots. So why cowboy boots? Why are they shaped the way they're shaped? Why did cowboys wear them? What's the purpose? It's not really what you'd think would be designed for comfort, right? So there has to be some function for why they're these high-heeled, pointy-toed, hard-soled boots and why they've been around forever. So the idea behind the cowboy boot is that the pointy toe allows you to pick up the stirrup easily, right? So this pointy toe goes right into that stirrup super easy, and you can turn it around. The other thing that makes them a typical cowboy boot is the leather sole. Not all cowboy boots have a leather sole though. So there are some benefits and disadvantages to having these rubber, really nice, comfortable soles on your cowboy boots. So if you have a boot like this fine boot with a rubber sole, so comfortable to walk in compared to not a really big heel. This is called a walking heel, and it kind of has the stubbier toe, which I'm short and I kind of have long feet for my size. I kind of like the stubby toe. It makes my foot not look quite so long, but I love the look of the classic cowboy boot toe. So what is the disadvantage of this? It's great to walk in, super comfortable, great for dancing. Not if you really dance fast, they're not quite slippery enough though. But this also is tacky. And if you are trying to get a foot out of a stirrup in a hurry, this is not going to come out of a stirrup as fast usually. So this old style with the leather bottoms, which are slippery as heck on most surfaces, not terribly comfortable because there's not a lot of cushion there, is the best for falling out of a stirrup if you needed your foot to get out of a stirrup. This also has, this is kind of a medium walking heel. I wouldn't call this a riding heel. It does duck under a little bit, and it does have a decent ledge right here for your spur rest to sit on. But the whole idea is that your foot comes out of the stirrup if you're in an emergency, and they're not designed for walking. You should be riding your horse, not walking your horse. So that brings me to another style boot, the roper. So flat, super comfortable for walking, super comfortable for standing hours in a halter class or a showmanship class. But they're called ropers because calf ropers get off, and what do they have to do? Run like sprinters to get to the calf. You don't want these high-heeled pokey boots while you're trying to run in the dirt, right? So these are great for that. But also ropers usually have big, huge stirrups so that they're fast to get out of. This kind of a heel isn't great for somebody who's maybe afraid of getting their foot through the stirrup or getting hung up. But for ropers who have to jump down onto the ground and run after something, totally functional. Again, this has the leather sole, so it slips out easy. This is like the all-terrain vehicle of boots, the buckaroo style boot. Big old wide toe, quite comfortable, but a rubbery bottom, so kind of tacky, but a nice big riding heel with a nice big spur strap or spur rest. These are kind of made for tucking your pants in. Anybody that knows me, I never tuck my pants in my boots. I don't know, it's just a thing. But the more I see cool boots with cool tops, I think, I might have to start tucking my pants in my boots once in a while. But anyway, I don't know. It's just a personal preference thing. So nothing I say here is like, the law. I'm just sharing some things that I've learned over time as to why we have all these different boots. This, not even a riding boot. Not at all. This is a glorified cowboy boot into a work boot. Comfy, throw them on, go places. Does not protect your leg at all, the calf part of your leg, from getting rubbed on your saddle or whatever. So those are just kicking around. Fun, great, comfortable. See a lot of these, people riding in these. Now, I know people personally. I'm not going to say who you are because I don't want you to think I'm picking on you. I know they're comfortable. And if you've gotten by your whole life riding in these, cool. But if you're somebody trying to make a choice on what you want to ride in on a particular animal that maybe isn't your most dependable mule or horse, and you think things could get a little hairy, not the boot you really want to get hung up in a stirrup. It's smooth, which is nice. It's not lugged like a work boot. God, don't ride in work boots. Seriously, do not ride in work boots. They're lugged, they're sticky, they're tacky, they're made for gripping things, right? So you don't want it to stay in that stirrup should something happen, but they also are tied on, so there's no way that's going to slip off unless I guess you have them just super, super loose. These are comfortable. They give you the ankle support, all that. Love these boots. I wear them all the time, but I don't ride in them. I have ridden in them. I just knew it wasn't the best decision at the time. So, and I like to wear spurs. These don't fit spurs good. So I don't like to use my spurs on these, but good boot. But this is not a riding boot. This is kind of like a half and half boot. Not knocking the manufacturer or anything like that. They have a purpose, just not a cowboy boot, obviously. These are not cowboy boots. Don't ride in these. They're horrible. But they do have a nice slippery sole. So if you had the rest of the boot, this would actually be a decent riding boot. But these, again, dancing, going out, whatever else you do, whatever your business is, they're kind of cool. My favorite all-time plain old boot, which doesn't have a very big riding heel, but that's because I like them for all things. Just plain old boot, little kind of a walking heel, squarish toe. I do sacrifice the bottom though, because these are grippy. So not the easiest to come out of a stirrup. Definitely a concern of mine if I'm in a situation where I think I'm going to need to get my foot out of a stirrup. So I know that was long, but I tried to get through them all and give you some ideas. Message me, whatever, if you think that I'm crazy on any of this stuff. Or if any of it was helpful. Cool. Thanks. Till next time. Bye.